Hello everyone, it's me again. This time I'm going to record part 47 of my Riding Spirits 2 gameplay. I'm going to do 2 more endurance races. I haven't checked my rivals, so yeah, let me do that first. I don't know, well, it's my 4th consecutive episode of today. I've been recording for like 4 hours or so. But I'm not tired and I'm willing to talk a bit more about myself and, you know, about my country and all that. So I hope you like it. I'll try to talk about sports, outside motorsports. Sports I like, sports I do not like. And then I'll try to also talk... I think I can do it. I think I can. I'll also try to talk maybe some extra thing. I don't know, maybe movies and TV. So yeah, I think I'll let me qualify, yeah. Let me qualify and I'll see if I can race this. See you in a couple of minutes. Not happy with the result. Yeah, I mean, not really happy. I'm going to change the bike. I'm going to bring on a slightly better bike. And well, that's gonna be much better for, yeah, because I really want to talk throughout the endurance race. Because, well, I think that the 16 laps around Suzuka circuit and other really long races I did were not really, you know, good for you. Yeah, I mean, I do care about your opinion and if you are having a good time or a bad time. Okay, this is the bike. 115 horsepower and 256 kilo. Although I think that's mostly because of the bullshit of, you know, of pretty much every component being made of steel or something like that. And I'm going to use... I could use something like this, 134, 194. I'm trying to see what can I do. This one is... Well, I do not want to use the Suzuki's. That's one of the things I do not want to use. And I wouldn't mind using the, for example, something like this. 136, 167. That would be nice. Well, that's maybe a bit too fast. I'm going to go with the... Yeah, I think I'll go with the... No, I want to ride a Honda. I'm going to choose some Honda. Because I haven't used Hondas much at all. And Hondas are supposed to pretty much be the main bikes in the game. So it's quite ugly for me to have not used much Hondas much. 151, 168, maybe a little less. 5270. 4870, I think it's good enough, and well, I haven't used this bike yet, so yeah. Good enough for me. I'll do this Baycity MM race, and then I'll do the next one, which I don't know what running is. Okay, 10 laps around Queen's Backyard 2, but with bikes from the 80s. Okay. So, okay, let's go for Baycity MM. I think I could modify some Honda bike from the 80s to the other one, the next one. Yeah, and I have money. Okay, so yeah, not gonna qualify because I know what's going to be like. A bit faster than I was, so yeah, let's do it. This time the topic the topic I'm going to use is gonna be sports, outside motorsports, especially the situation of some in Spain and my opinion about them. So well, I'm a guy that really likes sports, but the problem is that the sports I like are not really well known in Spain. Well, some of them are well known, but well, I don't know, some of them are not, and it's quite a bummer to be on a place where your favorite sports are pretty much hated, or at least not as, you know, as recognized as in some other places. Okay, that was a mistake. For example, I really a couple of sports I do not like are football or soccer for the Americans and basketball. Well, and they are the two main sports in Spain. I mean, in Spain, well, it's if you are watching sports news, it's pretty much all about football. and it's all about Real Madrid, Barça, and that kind of bullshit. Essentially Real Madrid and Barça. So, I mean, well, what's my opinion about soccer, for example? I think it's bullshit. Mainly because it's not really entertaining. There are not many climaxes of emotion during a 90-minute soccer match. Especially, and it depends much on the strategy. For example, when it comes to soccer, I kinda like five-a-side soccer, which is played indoors in pretty much a basketball-sized court and smaller goals, and it's much more exciting, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's much more entertaining. There's a ton more action happening. Whoa. So yeah, I mean, it's much cooler. I don't know about basketball. Well, I think something I forgot about football. I do not understand several stuff about football. One of them is why they get paid so fucking much. I mean, the salaries of some players, especially most of Madrid, most of Real Madrid, and most of Football Club Barcelona players are getting paid millions. I mean, millions of euros, millions of pounds, or even millions of dollars. I mean, the numbers are huge. Also, for example, I don't know, something that I do not understand, that I hate about football. Football is such a popular sport everywhere because it is a fucking dumb sport. I mean, it's the kind of a sport you can teach a 5-year-old kid how to play, and he'll play by the rules easily. Why? Because it is fucking dumb. That's why people from tribes in Africa can be seen playing soccer, and maybe they are even playing by the rules. Because, you know, it's fucking dumb. For me, it's an overrated sport. For being so dumb and having not so many climaxes. I mean, even beach football is much better. And also women's beach football could be awesome, to be honest. I don't know, something more. Basketball, yeah, I forgot. Basketball is not a dumb sport. There are a fucking ton of rules. But the problem for me is that, that lack of battle. Because, there is battle. I mean, they are not playing around. They are slapping each other and all that, but it's not much. You know, it's not as good contact as it should be. Also, I don't know, it's a really racist sport because only really tall people can play. I mean, the how tall you have to be decent at basketball is not a height everyone reaches. So I don't know, for being racist and for being, you know, kinda soft, and you know, for being the possession so clear, I do not like basketball. For example, one of the sports that are really typical from my region, especially my region, it's roller hockey. It is played on a also kind of basketball-sized court with pretty much, I guess, that they are kind of close to ice hockey goals, sorry. And it's pretty much a softer, gayer, hotter version of ice hockey. Not as much hits. To be honest, they don't hit each other much at all. I mean, it's a bit like basketball. They slap each other a bit, but you know, nothing too serious. Also, I don't know, it's a kind of exclusive sport because, you know, only people from Spain, Italy, Portugal, and Argentina play it. I mean, outside of that, the sport is not popular at all. But for example, I mean, and also the thought about toughness of roller hockey is a bit like rugby versus American football. You know, in rugby they don't hit each other as hard as in American football, and in American football they have helmets and pads. Between roller hockey and ice hockey, I guess it should be the same kind of discussion. they do not hit each other as much in roller hockey, but they do not have any pads. Well, they have knee pads, but that's only because, well, hitting the ground with no knee pads, since it's usually wood floor and sometimes concrete on poorer courts, on amateur levels. You know, they have concrete, so you know, falling down to your knees on concrete would be fucking painful, to be honest. Let me think a bit more. I don't know. Also, oh, by the way, I love rugby, but it's only the 15-a-side version, what is called association rugby. I think it's the better known rugby. Yeah, the 13-a-side is not as popular, and the 11-a-side is not popular at all. But the problem with rugby is that it's not well known in Spain. Not many people watch it, and they only watch it because of two reasons. In Catalonia, they watch it when the Perpignan team of France, they are doing well in international competition or in the French league, the Super 14. But yeah, Super 14 or Top 14, it's called something like that. You know, the French main league, main rugby association rugby league. But you know, it's not much big of a deal here in Spain. Even though Argentina planned to play the Six Nations, which would have been called Seven Nations because of them, they would have played in Barcelona to reduce cost of the whole tournament. They would play in Barcelona instead of in Argentina. At least there are quite a good bunch of Argentinians in Barcelona, so I guess they would get a small but pretty decent crowd. I think it would have been really cool to have that, and I still want it to happen. I guess it's not gonna happen, but I would love it. Something more. Oh, by the way, cycling is another really well-known sport in Spain, and I like cycling, both in the fun side and in the competition side. I've raced mountain bikes. Not really successful. Even though, well, I didn't really try. Yeah, because well, I found out that I have a really bad body for cycling because you know I'm kind of short and wide. So wide but not fat. You know, even though I was fucking thin, I was still much wider than my competition. So you know, I was a drag. My body was a drag. So yeah. So yeah, I pretty much quit it because of that, and also because well, I thought that I entered too late. You know, I started racing at age 19. So yeah, I fucking quit it. But I like to watch cycling, both road, track, BMX, supercross, mountain bike, downhill mountain biking, and even freestyle. BMX freestyle, mountain biking freestyle. It's really cool to watch. And it's also the same like in trials. The fact that you know that you've done kind of similar things makes you value their effort a lot. Oh, almost reached there. I don't know about other sports. We've never had much luck in the Olympics. Well, sorry, not much about luck, but Spain doesn't really like Olympic sports. I mean, when a kid is starting to do sport, they might do swimming, but mostly it's for fun. Nobody really tries to make their living out of swimming. Maybe they would start now because of the success of Mireia Belmonte and other swimmers from Spain. But you know, it's not likely to happen. But I don't know, also athletics, you know, athletics have never been our thing. I mean, Spain has never earned more than 5 medals, I think, in a world championship or world championship in athletics. So it's not like we are really successful. So yeah, I guess we are not successful because people do not like athletics in Spain. I mean, people run, but they run for fun. They do not like the competition side of athletics. I was a really good dasher when I was 15, 16, 17, but I never got serious. Yeah, and even though my physical education teacher told me to get serious with athletics, but you know, I wasn't really motivated, so yeah, I never really tried to make something out of athletics. I mean, I think it would have been cool, but yeah, not really willing to do it. So, I don't know more about sports. About American sports. Well, NBA is basketball, so I'm not gonna comment. American football. I kinda like it. Kinda, because for me it's a slow-paced sport. For example, I like rugby a lot because it's quite fast-paced. Even though they might need a ton of time to reach the try zone, they never stop playing. Well, they stop, but for faults and things like that. They not fall because the ball dropped to the ground. I don't know. I've never liked the downs thing in American football. I think a mix of American football and rugby would be much better. Because, well, I don't know. Also, I don't know. The whole defense thing would change a lot. Yeah, because one of the things about American football that makes it so slow is that the defense are really tight. So there's not much to do. Also, one of the main differences between rugby and American football is that in American football you can throw the ball forwards. In rugby you can punt the ball forwards, but it has to bounce at least once in the ground before somebody of your own team gets it. So it's kinda hard to make a good pass, a good advance with a punt. The punt is usually just for defensive reasons in rugby. You can pass the ball hand in hand but going backwards, which is kind of ironic, because you have to go backwards to go forwards. Really cool. That's one of the things I like, because it's pretty much a mindfuck. But if you see a good match, you can see that passing backwards means going forwards on the long run. Also about Major League Baseball. I fucking hate it. It's the fucking most dumb sport ever. Well, no, the most dumb is the dumbest sport is soccer. But baseball is a close second. I mean, what's the point of it? Because you are pretty much guessing when you are batting, and batters admit it. They are pretty much guessing, by the movements done before the pitcher throws the ball. They are guessing where the ball is going and how fast it's going. So, I mean, it's fucking dumb. You're pretty much guessing. It's a matter of luck, or maybe a repetitive pitcher. That would also be a thing. But I don't know. It's just so fucking dumb to me. Oh, by the way, Major League Soccer, I do not. Well, it's a mix of of soccer meets the competitions format of NBA a bit. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Not like it at all. Also, well, it's compulsory. More like soccer meets hockey, ice hockey. Yeah, because of the scoring system and all. Not really like it, and also, well, they are not that good, so it's another reason to not watch it. Apart from the fact it is soccer. Come on, I was doing a couple of good laps, and then I'm going fucking dumb. So I had to do something that I could not do while playing. I was biting my nail. Now it's good. Yeah, because it was, it got kinda bent or something. And it was quite uncomfortable to play with that. But for example, well, also another main sport of the USA, Ice hockey, well, I have already commented a bit. Oh fuck. I have already commented a bit, you know, the things about the hits. I like about rugby, I like that they are really dedicated. They are a bit like rugby players. Although ice hockey players are protected with pads and helmets and all. They are really dedicated, because when they get a big hit, most of the time they really want to rejoin the action as soon as possible. They do not complain. Well, they sometimes complain, but you know, when it's something really big, or they got injured. But you know, unless they got really injured, they really try to keep playing and all that, and it's something I like. Also, the game is really fast-paced, which is, well, one of the things I like about, one of the things I want to find in a sport. I don't know. Okay, and finally, well, it's a motorsport, but I'm going to include them inside the category of American sports. It's NASCAR and IndyCar. NASCAR, I think it's one of the most underrated motorsport disciplines, because it's not easy to drive a car like that. I mean, the car is extremely powerful, really heavy, has fucking crap of technology, and well, you cannot evolve the car because, well, it's against the rules. Yeah, I mean, that whole thing of not evolving is a bit against the rules of motorsports in general, but well, it's part of the game, so you know, you have to accept it. But you know, if you are trying to drive, you know, an overpowered car, sorry, a really heavyweight overpowered car with crappy tires and really crappy brakes and suspension overall, it's really hard to do what they do. You know, if you could see the work behind, it's not going around in circles. Not at all. Nothing like that. Also, they lack of telemetry, so for example, the fuel consumption, they are pretty much guessing all the time. They are like, okay, fuel pressure is going down a bit, so I guess I'm kinda empty in the tank. It's pretty much like that. I mean, they have a, you know, an expected run, like, you know, if you are going full throttle for, you know, for 40 laps, you have to pit on the 41st lap or on the 40th lap. So it's like, okay. But when other stuff appears, like, you know, safety cars and all that, they really have to work out. And IndyCar, for example, I do not like it. Yeah, because, well, it's open wheel racing, so that means no contact. NASCAR has contact, not much, but you know, they can rub fiber against fiber. And I don't know what more. And well, and also the downforce and the grip from the tires is much better than in NASCAR, so they are not working out as good. They work out, but more on the qualifying side, or during practice, you know, trying to get the best possible setup. But after that is a bit more straightforward. So well, another race done, another back I win. Oh, it's the Kawasaki ZRX. Kinda cool. Okay, so let's do the 80s vintage. What do I have from the 80s? I have to see. Okay, from oldest bike, which is this one from 1969. Yeah, these are from 1969. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a bike from the 80s. I have a few here, like this one. But I guess I'll have to go for a bigger bike. The latest from the 80s might be this one. 86 or more. There's more shit here. I could use an Agante Super Sport, but the problem is that, well, it has been a bit upgraded. Maybe this one. I'm just guessing. Okay, this is 1990. So I'm going to use a world champion of endurance. Yeah, 1989. Kawasaki ZXR750. And I'm going to upgrade it a bit. By a bit, I mean possibly a fucking lot. But you know. and I'm wow. I guess that bike wasn't, was underpowered for some reason. Okay, this is starting to be a really cool bike. I like it. 126 and 193. So I'm trying to think about it. I guess I'll do only the tire system. Okay. Do they have them in green? Yeah, green! Okay, this is starting to be a fucking good bike. Well, since the power is much better, I'm gonna improve the compound. So some weight reduction. Yeah, I'm gonna do the classical part. Well, I do not know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. Oh yeah, TVs, movies, that kind of thing, and shows, TV shows, possibly internet shows. Don't know. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, going down over here. Second race from this. It is going to be a 25-minute race or so. I expect it to be at least 25 to 27 minutes long. Don't know. I'll have to. I don't know the lap time. So. I might have overdone it, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna do some qualifying. See you in a couple of minutes. Back from qualifying, yeah, I got it. Cool. I mean, these bikes were pretty much rivals back then. I mean, the 750 F1 was a bit older, but I think they battled together. People riding with kinda old 750s, and also people riding with the Kawasaki, for example, which was a world championship in endurance once or twice. So well, let's start talking about TV. Oh, that bike has some acceleration. Let's talk about a bit about TV stuff. So I don't know, for example, what kind of shows I do not like. It's kind of hard to. It's not that hard to say. Okay, no. Let's start with something easier. Even though I'm considered a fucking nerd or even a geek, for most people. I do not like the typical geeky series or the typical nerdy series. I do not like Star Trek, I do not like Doctor Who, I do not like Stargate. I don't know, for me they are all bullshit. I do not like them at all. So it's quite awkward, when people say, because many people have asked me, do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like this? But how can you not like this? And I'm like, because, well, no, I do not like them, they do not tell me anything. For example, I don't know, Stargate, I've watched the films, I've seen a bunch of episodes, nothing. Doctor Who, I've watched quite a good bunch of episodes, just because, well, it was on TV, so I was like, okay, let's give it a chance. Time wasted. The time was fucking wasted because, well, it was quite dumb for me, I did not like it at all. Also, I don't know, maybe, and Star Trek, and it's just that, for me it's awful. It's a fucking shitty piece, overrated shitty piece. I do not like it at all. What more about, for example, shows? For example, one of the kinda geeky series I like is The Red Dwarf, called well, just literally translated El Enano Rojo or Nan Roche, which is a series about a spacecraft that left the Earth but never returned. So it's quite funny. It's science fiction but mixed with comedy. I mean, they sometimes have problems and have to deal with them on the spacecraft. but you know, it's quite, but it's essentially about humor. There's a guy with there's the main guy, which is a kind of black British man. I mean, he's not white. He's a bit brownish. Who was a really low grade or something like that. You know, in the military he would be, you know, pretty much a private. If that was their military. So you know, a really supposedly insignificant being, which is the only human, an artificial intelligence, who is quite funny. And then you also have a hologram, and what more? Oh, by the way, the spaceship never returned to Earth because they were frozen. The guys on the spacecraft were attacked, and the only one who was not attacked was the brown man. I do not remember the name. Yeah, I do not remember it. I haven't watched it in a long while. You know, because well, he was frozen on some ship. He was frozen, so the attackers didn't care about it. So yeah. Also, his superior is a hologram. Who is quite stupid. He's quite stupid, to be honest. Although he's the superior, but you know, he's a hologram. Well, he's a hologram, but this is really badly done because it's just a human body, you know, an actor, normal one, with an H-shaped thing on his forehead, you know, denoting he's a hologram. And also there's another being which is kind of human, not really, and he's also kind of brown, not white, who is, you know, an evolution of the cat. He's called Cat, and he's just the great grandson of the cat the main character brought to the spacecraft when he got there. I mean, cats were living on their own, so they had to evolve in order to succeed. And you know, and there's only one cat in the whole series, which is kind of awkward because it's like, okay, you are the lone survivor. What the fuck? One of the good things is that, well, the lone survivor, the cat is, you know, is pretty much like a man from the 70s or the 80s, obsessed with disco music and being hot and all. Fucking awkward. But still funny. I really like it. I also like, for example, The Simpsons quite a lot. And it's just something that has been there on my life, since I can remember. Also, one of the things I like about The Simpsons is that even though we watch them dubbed, like every other thing in Spain, we are not a fan of subtitles. I do not care about them, but most people do not hate subtitles, so you know, we only get either the dub or nothing, because people will not care to watch a subtitled TV series or movie. But you know, well, the dub is really good. The dub is really good, even though they've changed actors a couple of times because, you know, actors have died, voice actors I mean. But it's still, well, I don't know, I like it. Also, the fact that we get episodes, from even the early 90s, it's quite good, because, you know, it's a never-ending run for Spain. We get two episodes every day, and well, I mean, and that has gone for the past 20 years, so I mean, there have been, I don't know, maybe 2 per 365 would be like 730 per 20 would be like, I don't know, 1500 episodes. And you know, and The Simpsons have not had as much as such a long run, so yeah, we've watched repeated shit. Also, one of the things I like about The Simpsons in Spain is that we do not get them as a late night thing or a prime time thing. We get them when we are having lunch after 2 p.m. 2 in the noon. I mean, we are well, I used to be having lunch back then when I was there, but you know, now I get off work at 3 p.m. So you know, when I'm home, which is like 3:30, the Simpsons are already gone. So yeah. But I still get to watch some episodes during weekends. I don't know what more. Also, well, in Spain we get quite a good mix of European series, American series, and our own series. I like that a really good bunch of TV series from Spain have been dubbed and even redone in several other countries. For example, one of them is one of the most successful ones that has versions outside Spain is Cuéntame. Well, the whole name would be Cuéntame cómo pasó, something like Tell me how it was, which is about a family, you know, from the Franco era, you know, well, late Franco era, maybe mid 60s, I think it is, the start of the series, to the late 80s. And I'm not sure if they've you know, continued after that. I don't know. I don't really follow Cuéntame, so. And it's a kind of a cheesy series, because you know it's directed to old people, because you know I wasn't alive in the 60s, so you know I will not get the references. But it's still quite good because they try to keep it realistic. You know, what was wrong in the 60s in Spain is shown as wrong during the series. Just checking on my video. Also another one that has been redone in several other countries is Aquí no hay quien viva. It's an expression, but it's like life is shit on this place. Literally it would be nobody could live here. Sorry, nobody can live here. Which is about a three-story high you know, block with six families living, plus you know, the doorman. Well, sorry, the doorman. I just call them like literally like it's called in Spanish, el portero. Well, the doorman, well, a portero. It's the man that used to take care of the door of blocks during the past. Also, he was also the man to clean the stairs and that kind of thing. So it's quite a cool thing. Also, you could, you know, when you were getting to a block and you wanted to see somebody, you could ask the portero if he was there, and he usually knew it. Like, you know, okay, he left a few minutes ago, so no, he's at home. You can go call him. Well, you can go meet him. Yeah. This job has pretty much disappeared in Spain. Well, and the series is about, you know, just the life, the living in the block. You know, the different families dealing with their own problems, and well, it's a comedy. It's not a drama. It's a comedy, and it's really, really funny. Because, you know, for example, the portero is quite hilarious. He's quite witty, and even though he's dumb, because you know he has no knowledge about. He's a portero because you know he couldn't study properly. So I mean if you analyze it, he's a loser. If you analyze him, sorry, he's a loser. But I don't know, just his outlook on life is really good. And for example, I think on the first floor it was usually. Let me search through my memories. On the first floor it was a bunch of old ladies. You know, it was just 3 ladies that would not be working, like ages 60 to 70 or something like that. One of them died after a few seasons, died in real life, so they had to kill the character. It was pretty tragic because, well, I think the actress died a day after recording some episode, and she was not on the following one. Because, you know, she was dead. So they had to make a special scene, and, well, they had to make a whole plot just to kill her. A whole plot line on an episode, just to be able to kill her, you know, off screen. Also, I don't know about Latina can be. Oh yeah, on the other side of the first floor, you have a gay couple. Well, it's just a gay man, but, well, he has several romances. It's kind of you know, it's not a realistic or homosexual. Well, I think it's not. Yeah, because, you know, I don't like homos, so well, I do know something about them, but not everything. So I don't know, he just has several romances. He even gets a lesbian pregnant to have their own child. Yeah, I mean, at first it was she wanted to get pregnant and was trying to get, you know, in vitro shit. She wanted to have her baby artificially. But after she tried a bunch of times, she decided to, you know, to go the natural way, and she chose that guy man that homo to, you know, to get her pregnant, and it worked. On the second floor, well, second floor changed a lot. Yeah, because, well, we had several people. But, you know, the main part of the series, or at least the best one, oh fuck, had two families. One was really structured and kinda classic, and the other one was a bit too modern and really non-structured at all. For example, the lady, the wife, you know, the wife on one of the sides, she was called Yerbas, but Yerbas not like grass, but more like weed, because she was always using, you know, weird stuff from China and all that to get herself relaxed. So, you know, they were accusing her of using drugs. And, well, on the other side, it was much more of a traditional family. The problem is that what it falls apart during the series. First of all, because, well, one of their daughter, which is like 16 or so at the beginning of the series, maybe a bit more. She is a bit of a slut at times, not all the time, but, you know, at times she's a bit of a slut, so, you know, that makes for a problem. And the kid, you know, like 5 or 6 years younger than her, he's a wannabe gangster. He loves Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know, for a few seasons, he's shown playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and true crime. I think for a while too. So, I mean, well, the family falls apart. Also, with a battle with the family from the other side of the same floor. The wife of the better family, of the possibly better family, falls down from the second height to the ground and gets almost killed by the other wife, by the wicked girl, wicked lady. So it's kind of well, that moment was a way to put on hold the contract of the one that fell down. The one that fell down was really popular, actress Loles Leon, who has been involved in several Almodovar movies. And when she had quite some charisma. And even though the series is about everyone in the blog, It's not like, I mean, there are more important characters, but you know, the whole blog is alive and everyone is having their own shit. So I mean, well, she got cocky, I guess, and she put the contract on hold. They decided to put her on a coma and ultimately kill her. And I don't know. Okay, the third floor. The third floor. Let me remember. Oh yeah, okay, it's the apartment. The apartment of La Pija, the Posh girl, which is a 25 to 30 year old son of daughter of a rich man who wants to make her own living. Yeah, her main objective in life is just getting away from that. Not getting any kind of economical help or anything by her dad. That's her main objective. The series starts when she moves in to the flat. She moves in with a partner, which is a kinda failed painter and comic book drawer. He's not really successful. And well, they are the series starts when they move in. And on the other side of the floor, for the most important part of the series, not all of them, there's a flat with single girls. The problem is that they are not really successful, and that's one of the funny things. I mean, there's the lesbian that got pregnant by the gay guy, a kinda ugly girl that is part of a family pretty much her whole family is dedicated to acting. I mean, in real life. I mean, the kind of ugly girl who is, who falls in love with the portero, and people mock her for being with that. Although, and there's also, and the lesbian girl usually has some couple, some love interest, and most of the time the love interest is living with her. Her main love interest is a tall, blonde, white then hot model. Yeah, I think she's an air hostess that gets transformed into a model at some point. She gets the job. So I mean, well, that's the people there, and usually, well, they also have juntas, meetings. They sometimes meet. Every owner to decide on things about the building, and those meetings are funny and hilarious. The president is usually the man of the husband or the wife that ends in a coma, and he's a really classic man. He likes the things the old way, especially, and he's also really educated and really correct with his words. I kind of like that character. I guess it would fit me quite well in real life, and a bit like Juan Cuesta, I think. Yeah, because I would also be quite submissive with my wife, like he is when he has a wife. And I don't know. Well, he's the president of the blog for most of the series. And it's quite then funny. For example, the lady that died in real life, the old lady, usually sometimes uses catchphrases like chorizo. Chorizo is some kind of raw meat. Yeah, kind of raw meat. But here in Spain, some slang for someone that is a corrupt politician or something like that is sometimes called in Spain chorizo. So it's like he also uses a modified catchphrase from the Spanish Congress during the 80s, which is "Váyase, señor Cuesta, váyase," which is, well, it's pretty much go away, Mr. Cuesta, go away. Like, you know, she doesn't want him in the as a president. And I don't know, there's a few good stories. I mean, in every episode there's some conflict. Oh, by the way, I forgot about one of the main things. There's on the ground level, aside from the portero and his dad, who pretty much looks like a bomb, but you know, it's quite awkward. And there's also a video club. You know, well, sorry, you do not call them like that in the England or in the USA. You know, some place to rent videos. And the manager of the store is a man who is passionate about films. And he's also quite funny because, well, there's a running joke for pretty much the whole series, which is that the girlfriend from the film enthusiast is extremely ugly. I mean, they are also going with that joke. Also, there's pretty much every male in the blog, except for the gays and Juan Cuesta, meets at the video blog every day, even the kid, and they talk about, you know, man stuff, manly stuff, I guess. Well, I don't know, movies. I don't know, what can I say? I do not like Spanish movies much. I mean, I know a few good ones like Tesis. Tesis is a fucking masterpiece. I mean, I absolutely love it. Even though it doesn't look really good because, well, the Spanish film crews don't have the best cameras ever, and they do not have the best editing teams ever. But you know, it's still a masterpiece. It's a thriller about some serial killer. And what more? I like horror movies. I like gore movies. I like comedy. I like classic action. You know, Schwarzenegger's, Steven Seagal, all that. Van Damme. Got a lot of Van Damme. I don't know what more. I like animation. You know, if a film is not too dumb, I can enjoy a lot of animation. I also like anime and manga, you know, Japanese animation and Japanese comic books. Yeah, I mean, let's call them Japanese comic books. But I don't know, well, about animes, I don't know. I haven't watched one full anime in a long while. I do not like them anymore, I guess. I mean, my problem with animes is that, well, shit has gone really weird during the past few years. Manly men on animes look like faggots. I mean, have long hair, perfect hair, they are not really tough, they are usually pretty thin and tall. I mean, it's like, faggot! I don't know, when I'm, okay, that was maybe Karma. Karma is a bitch and is a homo! But I don't know. I like anime. I don't know what more. And about TV shows, I like game shows. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's because I'm kind of smart. I'm kind of a smartass, so yeah, game shows fit me. Yeah, I can have fun watching, you know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I used to love that show, but it's no longer on TV. Game shows have been, you know, pretty much disappearing in the Spanish television. Now it's all about reality game shows. Yeah, because here in Spain, reality TV, like you know it in the USA, you know, for example, like Jersey Shore, is not having much success. But reality game shows like Big Brother, for example, Big Brother is still going. There have been like 15 editions, which is fucking insane, to be honest. Well, I pretty much love quite a lot of the field. No? Pretty nice. Half of the field was love, even with the amount of cars. I think. Yeah, I fucking have this bike. Fuck it! Jesus Christ. Well, I don't know, just, well, some shit like that. For example, I like some American TV shows. For example, Storage Wars, I love it. But I do not love the part about, you know, about the one-on-one fights. I like the kind of objects they find. I think it's really cool when they find, you know, like something that doesn't look worthy, but it's worth, I don't know, maybe $1 million. Well, not $1 million, but like $5,000, and it's like, what the fuck, really? It's quite cool. Also, I like TV shows that show humans on the edge. There was some game show. Yeah, it was pretty much a game show, showing the best humans at certain stuff. And there was some guy that could hold his breath underwater for 20 fucking minutes. I was like, I cannot do it for a minute. How does he do that? How can he do it? I mean, I know, yeah, fucking training and all, but you know, maybe with training, what could I get? 5 minutes, but not 20. That's fucking insane. I don't know, that kind of thing that shows humans that shows that humans can be fucking amazing. I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. So yeah, that was it. Part 47, I think it was, of my Riding Speed 2 gameplay. See you next time. Bye bye.